So we have a few announcements to make and a few things to wrap up with. So we're going to do this as fast as we possibly can.
So we want to start by welcoming you back in 2022 to Boston in August, 1 year from now. We are hoping that the Stage of the World allows us to host a real life event because this is a community built around real life entertainment. And as amazing as a digital con is, we truly want to have everybody in person. So we recommend, if you're not already on a million mailing lists from us, that you go to the Reality Escape on website and subscribe to the newsletter in the footer so that you know when tickets are on sale for Boston for 2022.
And because I know this is going to be the question that we get, because I got it like 4,000 times last night, we are not going to be abandoning digital recons. We may be scaling it back in some ways. It is definitely going to move to a different time of year if we're hosting in Boston, because doing a real life con and a digital con at the same time would, in point of fact, kill us. So
Truth.
We will not be abandoning this. We know that there is a community of people who are connecting from parts of the world that they just cannot, for a number of reasons, ever get to the US. We know that we're pulling together people, and we know how much this means to so many of you, and we're not going to be casting that aside. We do have some very ambitious plans for how we want to approach an in-person con and do things that we cannot do digitally, and which I don't think you've seen before. And so I am excited for us to be able to take on that challenge.
The next two announcements in our list were already announced, so I will say very quickly, there is After Hours tonight, the Variety Hour with the Two Bears coming up. Also, this was already announced that yes, you can watch the talks later. They will be online. You subscribe to the Room Escape Artist YouTube channel, and then you will see them all when they are available. We will also do our best to let you know through every channel imaginable.
Watch them, share them with your friends, have your employees watch them. Yeah. A lot of love and energy went into these things. We don't want them to just disappear. Tickets were free for because we really do want to keep this open and have the access available to all of you. That said, it takes a lot of money and time and people to put this together, and we really are trying to grow this into a proper business where we can pay our team and continue to grow. That really matters a lot to us. So if you can, to whatever degree you can, help out, give a little bit of money over PayPal, or if you're willing, we'd love to have you join the Room Escape Artist Patreon. That is the best way to support us. Ongoing support it has allowed us to do so much, and we are deeply thankful to all of our patrons. And as I've said before, we just love the chat that we get to have on an ongoing basis with that crew. Also, you can buy swag, post on social media, tell people how much you loved what was going on here. All of that stuff helps us, and we are appreciative of it all. So do what you can, and we thank you for it.
And on that note, we have a lot of people that we want to thank today. It would be impossible to put on an event like this without so many people, and then we're going to try to call them all out and not forget them.
Yep.
I want to start by thanking all of the sponsors and exhibitors who were a part of this year's event, which was amazing to have them all and to have their support of the convention and the industry. And the sponsors are iDventure, Fun Virtual Rooms, Trapdoor Escape, Ubisoft, Meridian Adventure Company, The Impressive Company, SEO Orb, Industrum, Escape Connection, Escape Room Labs, and our platinum sponsors, the Lost Keys Consulting and Design, and Telescape by Buzzshot. Thank you all so much for sponsoring this event.
If you haven't met Jacqueline Sarah from Lost Keys or Carl from Buzzshot, go do that. They're all awesome, and they're a great part of this community, and they really do so much to help support us. Thank you.
This year, we had a new part of the convention, and that was the Games Hall. And I especially want to thank all of the companies who participated in the Games Hall by making their games available to you at RECON. I especially want to thank Mark and the team from Trapped, Kellyanne and the team from Green Door Labs, and the folks from Deadlock, James and Charlie, who kicked off what became the Play Pass, with these experiences and that's what brought everybody else in. So a huge thank you to all of the games for being a part of this event.
Next up, talks. First of all, our speakers. I think you'll all agree our speakers slayed this year. I think we have the best collection of talks that have ever been given in an escape room conference. And I've been to a lot of escape room conferences. I can't thank them all individually, but they're just collectively. I'm just wowed by the level of production, the level of thought and effort and energy that went in. And our workshop hosts, Charlie and James, Bizarro and the crew, Manda, Emily and Brian from the Escape Game. Thank you for running your workshops twice, for doing them live, no safety net. Thank you so much for that. And then Nick Moran and Ann Lukeman helped me out with editing so much of this video. I don't know what I would have done without them.
I don't think that we can state that without this video editing, we could not have produced this.
Yeah, it was.
There's no other way to say it.
It was so necessary. And Brett Keener for helping out on technical support, supporting us and Carmisha on that talk. Just thank you for that, for all of your knowledge and insights there.
We also want to thank the stage team. You saw Harrison Greenbaum all the time introducing every talk. Also, PG Law, who was just here hosting all the Q&As. And for last night's after hours event, Danny and Bill from Escape This Podcast with, of course, the wonderful guests, Harrison again, Emily Gillette, and Neil Patrick Harris, who also gave us a great introduction to the whole event. And for tonight's after hours, the Two Bears and the team that helped put that on.
Next up, volunteers. We have volunteers, concierges, moderators, facilitators. There are so many different types of volunteers. The folks who created the Variety Hour content, which you'll hear more about them later. Richard and Heather Burns, who helped us with a lot of stuff, especially sending out stuff to VIPs. And Matthew and Scott for putting together a puzzle in Bloomberg promoting RECON. Like, that didn't need to happen at all. And like, that happened. If you haven't checked it out, it's in the chat somewhere. I'm sure someone's putting it in the chat. It's a really fun puzzle. Go do it.
I want to pause and say that this con could not be run without the army of volunteers that you met. The concierges checked in hundreds of people into the Discord. They were working furiously all the time. They were solving all sorts of issues because we had a more complicated check-in process this year, and they were phenomenal. The moderators were everywhere. They were covering all the channels. They were super on top of anything that might possibly need to not be there or be changed in any way. And they were great at posting information and directions and helping people stay oriented.
Moderating an event is different from moderating an ongoing community. Like, when you have so many people in a place at one time, there's so much that you need to just be on top of, and even little things can spiral out of control. And they keep things so smooth.
And the facilitators, we asked more from them this year than last year. Not only were they facilitating the facilitated discussions for the Pro Pass holders, but we threw these cool new ideas at them and we said, how about Birds of a Feather? Can you facilitate that? How about workshops? Can you facilitate that? And they said yes. And they did a phenomenal job with everything, along with supporting concierges and moderators on just helping people navigate this event.
Next up, I got to thank my parents for, once again, like last year, showing up and basically catering like 3 or 4 days worth of food for us that was just overwhelmingly delicious. There's a picture of the cake my mom baked. That's just like the tip of the iceberg of all of the amazing things that they've made. We would starve to death without them, but instead we are eating the best that we eat all year.
And I want to thank my parents for copy editing everything. That is a huge job, and they do so much copy editing, and it is so appreciated.
Going to thank the cat sitters for Brendan and Teresa, who really saved us from a catastrophe. Brendan's cat was having a hard week.
And Brendan and Teresa are able to be here at HQ for this event because of the cat sitters. We also want to thank the significant others, the housemates, the spouses, the parents, the children of all the people on this team and all the volunteers, because we know how much you do to support everyone putting on this event.
Thank you for supporting this and allowing us to like widow you for a few days, because that was we definitely abducted your significant others.
And we want to thank the RECON team.
Yeah.
The RECON team is a phenomenal group of people who have worked for a very long time to produce this event.
Let's start with the ARG crew, led by Augie, Errol, John Brommels, Amanda Dupuy. If you haven't checked out her Charmanicure puzzle nails, go check her out on Instagram and Facebook. Colin Sanders, the aforementioned Brett Keener. This whole crew has put together an awesome set of puzzles. And if you haven't solved them yet, someone is going to drop the trailhead in the chat.
You should definitely play.
Yeah. Going to go by one on this team. Cara Mandel, who came on and helped us really try start to figure out what the Game Pass, the Play Pass was. She had so much experience and helped us out so much, and then jumped in at the end and supported me with a whole bunch of video making endeavors that I'm so thankful. Thanks, Cara.
Teresa Wagner came onto this team to coordinate the Play Pass. She calls herself the games executioner sometimes because she was executing, and oh boy, did she execute. She coordinated everything that was a part of games, from talking to the companies who are hosting to getting all of the games information to the players, to designing how this truly complex, different types of games experience was going to go, and then making it all happen. It was an incredible new part of RECON, and she did phenomenal.
She built a giant fun machine. Next up, Cindy Seiwitz, who has, if you've ever emailed RECON, you have probably emailed with Cindy.
You've definitely emailed with Cindy.
Yeah. She has wrangled all of our attendees, all of our speakers, and especially she has wrangled me, which is a challenge. Cindy has definitely dealt with me at my worst and has kept me on task. I do not know what I would be doing without Cindy's help. Thank you so much, Cindy, and I'm sorry.
Also, Lee Fei Lowe is the volunteer coordinator, and she's based in Australia, and so she has been up all night to run this con and all day because she's just always awake. She keeps the army of volunteers moving. She is everywhere, from facilitated discussions to workshop check-ins to VIP questions to just anything you could possibly need. Concierge support, figuring out how to solve something. She's everywhere, and she's running this huge team of volunteers. And on top of that, this year, she worked a lot with David and with Cindy on programming. And that was just an amazing partnership.
Yeah. James Cobalt. James, our jack of many trades, who took over the website this year and completely rebuilt it. James has been running a lot of stuff in the background, all con. Thank you so much for doing it.
And James did all of the beautiful graphics that we had for images. And
if you have not gone to the resources channel, #resources, you should go and do that and check out all of the awesome desktop backgrounds and phone backgrounds, phone wallpapers he has made. They're freaking amazing. And all of the graphic work, anything that looks really pretty at RECON, James did it.
And there are two people who are in this house right now, downstairs at headquarters, basically making this event happen. And Teresa Piazza is the sponsor and exhibitor coordinator. She has been communicating with all of everybody who has a product at this event. She is amazing at helping them out and making their experience work. She ran the demo stage all day for 2 days as the MC on the demo stage, while fixing all sorts of other anything happening in Discord at the same time. And she is also the project manager for the whole team and organizes everything and keeps us all on task. And we could not do this without her.
She is very mighty. Don't mess with her. Brendan Lutz. Brendan has been running all of the tech for the streams. He built the Discord. Brendan has barely slept all week making all of this happen. The stuff he pulls off, I'm just in awe of it. And thank you so much, buddy.
So much of what was here today and the last 2 days, it couldn't exist without Brendan building it.
Yeah.
And it's just an incredible creation. And so sometimes we call him the game master of RECON or the hand of RECON. And it's really, really remarkable. And so just a huge thank you.
And finally, we want to thank all of you out in the community who are being a part of this, who are here to learn, here to have fun, and especially those of you who are spreading the word on what we're doing, and those of you who are just helping to grow all of this, the community, the event itself. If you feel like getting more involved in any way, reach out. We love meeting new people. We love working with people. This whole thing is only possible because this community is so incredible, and we love doing it with you. So thank you so much. Come to the after parties.
And we'll see you in the Discord this evening. We'll see you in the pubs.